Welcome back to Timoteo TV 2015 Football Edition, second half picks for week number 5. And we're going to go straight into the next, that second 2:30 game, which is the Saints and the Lions. It's got a lot of implications in this game here.
Yeah. I mean, historically, the magic number is 3. You have to have at least 3 wins to get into the playoffs. But 3 wins will not necessarily automatically mean you get in the playoffs, because if there's other 3 teams, you have to have the tiebreakers and stuff like that. But you need at least 3 wins to get in, historically. When I look at this matchup, the Saints, I think what they need to look at right now is beyond the wins and losses. They need to continually look at character. They need to continue. I like how they keep showing up week after week after week, and those are the foundations that are being built for future seasons. Essentially, what's happening, and even this season, I think that they're going to see some. If they're going to win a game, it's going to be this game, because the Lions are down. I feel like the Lion heart has been ripped out of them, and they haven't shown up the last few weeks. But that said, the Lions, they've won a game already. They started the season so strong, and they still have the Saints, the Ravens, and the Cardinals. 3 teams that are beatable for them. If they win those 3, they're in the playoffs, no problem. If they win 2 of the 3, good chance that they're in. I think the Lions finally turned it around this week, and I think they're going to beat the Saints 25-6.
Yeah, I got to agree with Chris. I think the Lions are going to pull this one off. 35-20. I just think they're too much for the Saints. I think that they're going to. You all right? Stop touching my hip. I think that the Lions going to come and win this one. I think the Saints are not ready. I think they're too young. I think that Kevin has been putting in a lot of work, especially since he got a rookie quarterback. And it's going to be the game that gives that rookie quarterback some confidence to go into those next 3 games and try to win out those next 3 games.
Which rookie quarterback are you talking about?
The kid from Northeast, the backup kid.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Brandon.
Brandon the Lion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you pick your score?
For me?
Yeah. Who you got?
Alliance.
Okay, what's
35-20.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think the Saints got some momentum coming in. They scored the most points they've ever scored, I believe, in the season. Was it?
Yeah.
This last week.
Double the score.
And now their quarterback is very interesting to me. From the beginning, he does not look like a quarterback. His form is probably horrible. But the kid has heart and he has accuracy. Like, he has a little touch that he kind of has that I think can eventually make him into a really good quarterback in this league.
And he's only 14.
And he's only 14.
Speak up.
He's only 14.
Hey.
He's only 14. Yeah. So you good? So another thing was another young player made a great play in the Saints too that caught my eye was Carlos at running back. He scored another touchdown. I believe it's the second of the year. He took one I think was looked like 60 yards there on the Panthers, just right up the C gap there, and took it all the way to the house. So I like what I'm seeing improvement from the Saints, which I think is really good. Now the Lions are going backwards. They're still dealing with the issues at quarterback and the controversy going on there. I think, to me, they have the players, to still do very well. They're just in a funk, and I think, I'm not sure. You got Brandon. I think Mach might have finished the game at quarterback. I'm not sure. Yeah. So I don't know which one of these quarterbacks they're going to go with. But they got to get their playmaker Carlos involved. I think Carlos, a big factor on their team. I want the Lions to win. I want them to do well. I want to see them try to make for the playoffs. But I think this might be the Saints' week. I think this might be the week they kind of get things rolling on all cylinders. I got the Saints winning this game 28-27.
Wow. I have to agree with you on that, buddy. I mean, the Saints, even though they are 0-4, they are a team that builds around each other. They don't tear each other down. No matter what the score is, no matter how bad they're playing, no matter how bad they look, they stay with one another. And that's a testament to Eric Ramos and his staff.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are doing excellent work over there. Keep up the good work, fellas. Let's go in the next game where we have the Ravens and the Seahawks.
The Seahawks are the real deal. I don't care what Buddy or anybody else says. They are here to stay. They're the real deal. They're a powerhouse. In fact, they're going to win out the remainder of the season and have either the top seed or the second seed. The remainder of the season, they got the Ravens, Colts, Cowboys, and Saints. All 4, they're going to win those games. The Ravens, they play the Seahawks, the Cardinals, Lions, and Panthers. They got to win at least 2 of those, 2 of the 3 games to get into the playoffs. I think it's going to be hard for them to win this week. I have the Seahawks winning this thing 39-13. KFC is too much for the Ravens.
Wow, that's the shortest you've ever spoken, Chris.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
You know, I mean, it must be a surprising week. Like, breaking news, upset alert. I got the Ravens winning this one and pulling the upset of work against the hot Seahawks. I think they're going to win in a close one, 26-22. Rumor is that the Seahawks are not even practicing. They think they just won a playoff game. They're off to the movies. They're all over there with their coaching staff, just
Watching the
celebrating. Like,
Avengers.
And another thing too, Leo, Kadir is the only player that doesn't practice for that team.
He sure enough does.
So I mean, and don't sleep
That
on the Ravens either. They have a pretty they have a Kadir Jr. over there.
Rob.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
yeah, Rob. And he's gonna emerge probably to be
Well, that's
another
gonna be a
Kadir
great
in another
matchup.
year or two. But I just think that the fact that the Seahawks are taking their opponent lightly, and you know, I know from experience, I think that's gonna come back and bite them in the butt. And I think the Ravens are gonna pull this one off. And like I said, upset alert.
Yeah, the Seahawks, I mean, they played their best game of the season this last week, and they beat two winning teams. They come the Eagles, and then they beat the Raiders. So they're definitely feeling themselves as they should. I mean, they played impressive. Mikey has started to develop into a really good quarterback in his league. He's starting to know when to hit Kadir. Kadir's catches are going up. I still don't know why Brandon leads the team in catches, but yeah, if they continue to give the ball to Kadir, I think they may be a little unstoppable. But the only thing that I see a problem with that is there's an answer to Kadir, and he's on the Ravens. And I think he's underrated. You mentioned him, Rob, and I think Rob has something for Kadir this next week. I don't think Kadir's ever seen someone the same size as him going against him, and Rob can get up maybe even higher than Kadir, you know. So we're going to see how they play it out. The only thing that got me a little nervous on the Ravens, Tim, I think you said he left with an injury. So I'm hoping, Tim is he has 50% of his team's tackles. Wow. So they need Tim out there. And the Seahawks, I think, I just don't see them winning 3 games in a row. I'm going to go agree a little bit with Leo here that they're feeling themselves. And I got the Ravens winning this one because they need this win. But then also, I got number 1 fans over there, Puff's mom. She really watches the show. She said I don't support the Ravens enough. So I'm going with her, and I'm going with the Ravens. 32-30.
I like your picks. I like the fact that you guys brought up Rob going up against Kadir. I think, Leo, you mentioned to me, you brought up that I've mentioned that Kadir is a little soft, and I still think he's soft. And here's a guy who's got a bigger body than Kadir.
You're all crazy.
And he's gonna come hard at Kadir. And Kadir hasn't seen anybody come hard at his body yet. And that's the rest of it. I mean, he's got little guys coming below, everything like that. But and then you mentioned Brandon leading the league, leading their team in catches. It's because he's a good possession receiver, and Kadir is just.
That's because the quarterback's his best friend, I think.
Yeah, I got
Well, it could be that too. It could be that too. But they only throw to Kadir when they want to do the jump balls.
It's Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley plays this week, and I think that he's just gonna sack Mikey a lot, and if you prevent the Seahawks from getting in the goal line, you win out. I mean, there's no jump over Kadir.
It's gonna be interesting to see if Kadir even attempts to go on his side. I believe he'll try to shy away.
Well, let's see if the Ravens are smart enough and make sure that he's lined up with him. All right, let's go to that last game where we have the Packers and the boys. Another game with implications.
Another classic matchup. I said at the beginning of the season that the Pac-9 was the best team going into the season, and by the end of the first half of the season, they're the only undefeated team out there. I think when you get the stuff that made up the Packers and the stuff that made up the 49ers, you put them together, you got an Urban Bowl contender, and they're playing like that. I mean, I think Shane's blowing everybody's mind the way he's doing it. Now the defense is starting to step up. My bold prediction, though, for this is, and I think the teams with 0 and 1 losses are going to love this one. I think that the Cowboys are not going to win another game this season. They're going to miss the playoffs. The Cowboys, they have to play the Packers, the Vikings, the Seahawks, and the Eagles. Ooh. I think the Vikings will be the matchup. They have the greatest chance of winning, but I think the Vikings are a tough team, best defense in the league right now, are going to beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to lose out the next 4. They're going to miss the playoffs. So one of those teams that are 0-1, you have a chance to get in because my man over here is only going to have 2 wins at the end of this season. Packers win this one. Pac-9 win this one. 49-6.
Oh,
wow. Chris got that good stuff. I think the Cowboys win this one 35-33. I think that Shane is definitely playing out of his mind. I mean, no doubt. I think MVP candidate? Yes or no? Yeah, I think we
no
all
doubt.
agree that Shane
He's in the
Yeah,
conversation.
I mean, he's averaging like 5 touchdowns a week. I mean, he can still win MVP even with a loss this week. That I think the Packers are going to lose this one. I mean, last year we played against Felix, and Felix still managed to throw 6 or 7 touchdowns, but he still lost and still won MVP. I think Shane probably does the same thing, wins MVP this year, but loses this game. The Packers are definitely the hottest team in the league, but like I think they only have 2 dominant guys, and I mean that's Crash and Frankie. And if you can take Shane's favorite target away, Frankie, I think that we'll be able to do really well. But I think, like I said, we're going to win this one. Over the years, we owned the Packers. They only beat us about 1 or 2 times. And, yeah, I mean, Cowboys rule Packers all day, every day.
So you saying your defense is going to take away Shane's favorite
No, I
target?
think my offense is going to come out and score a lot. And it's going to be a high-scoring game. But we pulled this one out 35-33.
Who's your quarterback?
Huh? Both quarterbacks, Deion and Keon.
Okay, good.
I'm
like the
about to
rotation. I like that
do
rotation.
something this league never's done. You know, I always got to improvise. I got to do things different. Whatever it takes to win, I got to do. I mean,
2 and 6, baby.
was
2
that-
and
was
6.
my grandfather told me, Bill Belichick told me, I got to do what I got to do.
Was that like the real Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson?
Jimmy Johnson, yeah, I
They
mean-
coming down and then, Jerry Jones coming down, Mike Couch coming down.
I mean, whatever we have to do to win. That's what we're all about. And we're definitely making the players. I don't think we missed the players. I don't know what's wrong with Chris over here. But we do have a strong
Cowboy curse,
strong
baby.
schedule to finish it off
Yes,
with.
you do have a tough
Yes.
schedule.
But I think-
you didn't
Are
know
you
that was
finished?
your schedule, huh?
I mean, no, I'm not nervous. I mean, we're like Floyd. We don't watch tape. We just get in the
Just
field and
shocked him
and
already.
just play.
Chris just shocked him.
He's like, wow, those are my last 4 games? Wake up call. Well, I think the Cowboys, interesting, the Cowboys, we found some players that have been missing. You know, I didn't know that Deion was still playing. I didn't know Reggie was still playing. It seems like they're back. You know, they're back in the groove. You know, it's kind of been the Leroy show, and Khalif. So now I think Leo's finally sharpened up a little bit and realized, hey, I got all these players with championship experience. Maybe I should be using them. So good job, Leo. Way to get them in the game. I
Thanks
think
for the text.
you're welcome.
I
I
need a
think
reminder.
I think he's salivating. His sack numbers are down, and I think he sees Shane as just a target out there that he's going to go out and grab 5 or 6 times. But I think he'll find out that Shane's a little bit more mobile than he thinks, and he's a lot smarter than some of these other quarterbacks, and he knows how to get rid of the ball pretty quick on the
Smartest
blitz.
quarterback in the league.
Probably
quarterback in the
making really good decisions right now. So I think this is going to be a good test for the Packers because we haven't played a championship caliber team yet. I mean, the Cowboys came with all these expectations of repeating and going to the championship this year. But so this is going to be a good test for Shane and kind of see, I'm hoping they kind of give us a good game. And he says, Shane has 2 receivers, but I think he's going to find out that he has a lot more than that. I think Ryan is going to be a problem if you sleep on him, and also Khalif. So if you haven't watched tape yet, I would watch it because I think you're going to be interested. And then Matt is leading our team in catches as well.
cute.
And then I just want to commend my defense. Came out here and finally played a really good game. I hope we can build on it. Having Crash and his brother Ant in the middle really played good. I mean, our sack numbers are down. I'd like to see that go up a little bit. But our interceptions, I believe we have like 8 innos on the year, so I want to see that kind of grow. And I think with Keon or Deion, I think we might be able to get some numbers. But I still think, that the Cowboys, when you're at the top, everybody wants to try to knock you down. Look at what happened to the Raiders last week. The Seahawks come in and play their best game. I think the Cowboys are going to play their best game of the year this year, and they're just going to fall up a little short. I think, we're just going to continue to do what we do and win games at
What's
the
your
end.
score?
I got our score 35-33 Packers.
What?
Good.
That's what I got.
I like that.
Yeah, I know you looked at my
You
papers.
stay paraphrasing everything I say.
So would you say that Ant is one of your most passionate player on defense? And I think that if you take his passion, because I see how this kid gets fired up for the game. If you take that passion and spread it around the rest of your defense, man, you have
Yeah, we actually had Damien who played first time our defense for us this year, and he had a flag grab and showed some passion. Then we also had Henry with a clutch, only extra point of the day, first catch in Timotheo, and everyone's excited. Everyone's cheering for each other, man. Good job, Henry. Good job, Damien.
good job.
I just want to tell the league that we are accepting applications for a new Timotheo analyst, but he's taking up too much space on the table. He's also stealing everything that I'm saying every week. So, if anyone is interested in putting your applications, and short man over here is going to sit there and review your application and do the interview, and then they're going to make a decision.
And the decision is going to be that Buddy's going to remain. So that's going to do it for week 5's picks. And remember, guys, your memory verse is 2 Timothy 2:22. Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue right living, faith, love, and peace. And your alternate memory verse for those of you of other faith. The ultimate measures of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. And that's by Dr. Martin Luther King.
Not that hard, Floyd. Not that hard, Floyd.
Someone finally went to church, we see.
It wasn't you, I know that. Thanks again, folks. See you, Scanlon.